Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to Inner Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. You might hear some noise in the background. Somebody's in the shower. There's a bathroom right next to me. You might be cleansing your energy, releasing some things as we go into the new calendar year. That's something that Spirit is encouraging us to do collectively. Letting go of anything that you've been wanting to let go of, but you've been dragging it out. You can release it. It's a great time to do that because collectively we're encouraged to do that at this time. As I was getting ready for the reading, Spirit brought through a pretty short message, but it does pertain to love and healing. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. Divine says, you are very easy to love. Don't judge who you are as a lover based on your interactions with past lovers who were unbalanced and set in their toxic ways. A much brighter love experience awaits you. You are very easy to love. So I noticed that Spirit opened and closed that message with reassuring you that you are very easy to love. They really want you to know that. I'm hearing that you were misjudged by either a past lover or several past lovers because their judgment was off. They were never going to judge you accurately because they look at things from a very toxic point of view, a very toxic perspective. Also, they have a lot of karmic attachments. And so when they viewed you, they were viewing you through the eyes of many different people with toxic ways, not only their own toxic ways. So their parents, their family members, their past lovers, they had all of these cords still attached to other people. And so that impacted the way that they viewed you, okay? A song came through for you, and it's one that I think is so beautiful. The Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me by Gladys Knight and the Pips. And in that song, they keep repeating, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. Oh, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. And if you heard the song, she's saying that if anybody ever writes my life story, is going to basically center around my experiences with you. That's what the person is saying. Because you're the best thing that ever happened to me. There is someone, I'm getting at least someone, but for a lot of you, this is several people. I'm getting between 1 and 5 people from your past that are thinking about you heavily. Now, one reason why Spirit wants you to know this is because if you have been feeling, like if you've been getting memories of people from your past and it's just seemed kind of like random, like why did I have that dream about that person, or why did they come to mind, why did I have this memory of them, or I keep hearing this song playing, 4:44 on the timer, you're protected. I keep hearing this song that we used to love dancing to or listening to or whatever. If you're getting memories like that or having experiences like that, it's because you are heavily, okay, heavily on more than likely several people's minds. And the only people right now that I'm referring to with this information right here, I'm not saying that there aren't other people that are thinking of you, but those people would be toxic. I'm not talking about toxic people, okay? I'm not talking about people who are stalkers, people who just want to get back in your energy to use or abuse or whatever. I'm not talking about that. Spirit is being very specific about who's coming through for this message. And that is a past lover or past lovers or past people who you started to get to know, but it ended either abruptly or it just kind of fizzled out, and it's like not really a reason why, seemingly. It just didn't stick, okay? But whoever this is that's thinking about you from your past, that Spirit is referring to now, there are no hard feelings there, and there's no toxic energy there. This is a person who you have not heard from in a long time. It could have been 5, 10, 15 or more years. And this person has been healing on a very deep level, or these people have been healing. They're thinking about you. Then I started reflecting on the years. So 2025, that's 9 total. So for this person or these people who are heavily thinking about you, there's something in their life right now that's ending. Perhaps they have brought it to an end. Like this is how they're cleansing their energy before they go into the new year. They've been wrapping up a karmic cycle before they go into 2026, which is the year of 10, or a 10 year. And they're thinking about you very heavily because they see you as not only with 9 wish fulfillment, but how they would want to achieve their 10 of Pentacles, their 10 of Cups. They see you as their 10, okay? Whoever this is, or whoever these people are, Divine is being very specific about the fact that they've been on a healing path. And it's kind of like the vibe, like if you were out and about and you happen to see this person and you're like so shocked to see them, and you just strike up a conversation, and then they're like, hey, well, there's a restaurant right there, can I get you lunch? And you guys end up sitting at the table for like 3 hours, just reminiscing, catching up, and it feels so good, and you lose track of time because it's such a good experience. Is that vibe. And as you're catching up with this person, you realize that you have a lot in common. You realize that your energy feels very easy together. It flows. You know, like when you hear twins talk, it would be a lot like that. Kind of like you finish each other's sentences, but not in an annoying way. And you just gel. And you feel like this person understands where you are in life, and you understand where they are in life. It's that type of vibe. Okay? So yes, this is someone who's coming back into your energy, but trust me when I say this is not a toxic person. And if there is a toxic person who's trying to get back in your energy, this is not who Spirit is referring to. Okay? So this is a heads up for some of you, because you may have, if this is a message for you, more than likely you've already been experiencing this, where you've been having memories or dreams or synchronicities where like a past person from a long time ago is coming back to you and you're like, why? It's happening for them as well. And they definitely have you on their mind. So you can do with that what you wish. Some of you will welcome the idea and others of you will be like, no thank you. It's up to you, okay? But it's not toxic energy, I will tell you that. Okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and see what else Spirit is bringing through. Okay? Thank you, Divine. What does this beautiful being need to know? Okay, balance. Things are coming into balance for you. This may be something that you've desired for a while now, or you've wanted things to feel smoother and more calm, easy peasy. Okay? Yeah, this is coming after a time of battle. This is the calm after the storm. Now, you know, this is the thing. There are people around you who are extremely impressed with your ability to achieve balance after a time of battle. And so there is someone around you. I'm getting a singular being here. However, there could be two people. Okay? It feels like there's one person who's really intent on mimicking you and wanting to be just like you. I'm hearing they want to wear your shoes. But there's somebody else who's watching them and they're kind of like taking after them. So this might be that Tweedledee, Tweedledum energy. It's a vibe of like two people who feed off of each other's toxic energy. If there was a group that was attacking you, giving you issues, bringing toxic energy your way, you are either seeking relief from that and manifesting it, or you have sought relief from that and you've already seen that it's getting a lot better, okay? But either way, relief is on the way. But there are 1 to 2 energies. People within that group who are relentless with their toxicity. And they still want to talk shit, you know? Yeah. They're constantly distracted. This is how they live their life. And this is why they are the way they are. Is because they're always watching the wrong thing. So right now, you know, here's the thing. If they were watching you, whatever it is that you create, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you share, and they had the intention of learning, then it would be a good thing for them to watch you. But they watch in order to mimic. They want to be just like you, but they also want to talk shit, you know? So there's no respect there, but there's this like addiction and obsession where they just can't leave you alone. And this is because of, at least to some extent, a level of mental illness, okay? Anyone else who was bothering you, if this was a group that was bothering you, they, and this came through in the last reading, 1444 on the timer. So you are protected as you move forward with your new beginning. This is just a heads up from Spirit that you do have a couple of beings who want to be like you, but they don't respect you. They want to be in your energy. They want to know everything that's going on with you. Also, not only are they distracted by you, but they want to distract you. They do not want you to be focused on your goals. They don't want that. They don't like your sense of focus. Okay? Divine is saying to remain grounded and anchored in your sense of purpose. That's like one of the best things that you can do for yourself at this time. And they're recommending that you research something that interests you. I'm getting that some of you might have some books lying around that you've been meaning to read. Now would be a great time to do that. They said go into this new calendar year learning. Allow that to set the tone for you. Okay? Divine, is there anything else that we need to know about the original message that came through with people returning from the past? Is there anything more to know about that? It could definitely be a huge source of transformation. We have the Ankh, the Key of Life. There's a huge amount of potential in these connections. Now remember, for some of you, this is one person who's returning. For some of you, it's up to 5 people. Up to 5 people. Divine says you have options. And that's something that was coming through heavily. It feels like that's a message for whoever this reading is for, that you have options. And it's because you've been so focused on your star energy. We're in minute 17. You've been healing. You have been healing. And so the only people that you're going to attract at this time are people who deserve to be in your realm. You're going to notice that people who don't deserve to be in your realm, it's kind of like, it's going to feel like there's a repellent, like bug repellent, you know? They might come close, but then they're just going to, like, you know, skirt. There's going to be something that keeps them from coming back. So you might talk to somebody. I don't even feel that for a lot of you, Divine would allow you to get to the point where you're like on a date with somebody. It would be like talking on the phone or just meeting out in public. The very first time you meet them, they might come up to you, but then it's like something happens. You know, their phone rings and it's an emergency, or somebody else that you know comes up to you and just starts taking over, you know? But it's like, oh, thank you. I was not feeling that, you know? It's like Saved by the Bell type shit. So there's sort of like this repellent that you have now, and it doesn't keep you from attracting anything that's truly meant for you. It only keeps out the time wasters, the energy vampires. Okay, so if a person makes it to the point where they're dating you, they're courting you, I'm getting that song by Jill Scott, He Loves Me. You love me especially different every time you keep me on my feet, happily excited about your cologne, your hands, your smiles, your intelligence. Okay, so there's like excitement. And even though the title of the song is He Loves Me, the only type of love connection that you're attracting is one that is extremely mutual. And it's one that feels like pure peace. It feels like pure peace. It feels like peace. It feels like maturity. It feels like lessons that have been learned by you and by this person. And so now there's an understanding. It feels like equality. It feels like equality. It feels like you got me, I got you. That's what it feels like. Major transformation here. And the thing about this energy that you're attracting is that because it feels like pure peace, it assists you, it comforts you through your divine purpose. So what I'm getting is that whoever this reading is for, you have avoided love potentially for some time because you didn't want to be sidetracked from your goals. But the beauty of this union is that it actually facilitates your manifestation of your goals. It's going to help you get shit done. Okay? Because you're going to feel secure. You're going to know that you are safe. And communication will happen naturally and effortlessly. It's not going to be something that you have to force. It's not going to be like when your lover says, "Can we talk?" You're like, "Oh," you know, it's not like that. It's going to be like, "Yeah, you know, I don't want to talk too." Like, you know, and there's peace. Because you both value yourselves and you both value one another. Yeah, see, let me tell you something. I'm not exactly sure what this is that Spirit is cooking up for you, but they say you're the one that's been in the kitchen. You would know what this is because you're the one that's been in the kitchen. You're the one that's been cooking. You know, like when they say, let him cook. You know, you've been cooking. This Lily card represents, in love, it's maturity. It's something that has stood the test of time, something that stands the test of time. So this union that is coming to you, it's because you are now a mature individual. There was a time when you had karmic attachments. There was a time when you were afraid to let go of certain karmic attachments because you felt that certain securities or certain blessings of yours were dependent on these karmic attachments. But you've had wake-up calls, realizations, light bulb moments, epiphanies, all that, to help you realize that your blessings aren't attached to anything toxic. Your blessings are for you. And they will remain with you as long as you remain connected to the divine and aligned with divine energy. That's the only requirement there. There's nobody that you have to open your legs for in order to ensure these blessings. There's nobody that you have to suck up to. There's nobody that you have to pay their bills in order to do this. These are your blessings. And anyone that you choose to be good to, anyone that you choose to give your time, energy, and effort to, they must also be in alignment with divine energy. And then your blessings are doubled, tripled. They start coming tenfold, 20-fold, you know? But this is because you've been doing the work, that you are now attracting a mature love. And this is your star energy. I'm hearing that you glow. And you have a very particular type of glow that only certain beings are going to recognize as divine. I'm hearing everybody's attracted to it. There are so many people who are attracted to you because you are attractive, you are beautiful, you are radiant, you glow. But the certain type of glow that you have, it's like a signal to other divine beings. They know what's up as soon as they see you. As soon as they hear your voice, I'm hearing, they know what's up. And it activates something inside of them. Because they're kind of like, some of these divine beings are walking around like, I'm staying to myself. I ain't fucking with nobody. Ain't nobody fucking with me because I ain't got time for it. I've been through this, and that. And I'm not about to go through that again, okay? So that might sound familiar. You might be a person who has said that as well. I don't blame you, okay? But it's when they hear your voice. It's when they see you. They know your energy signature. And they know that there's something different about you. It's like that feeling that you're in a different country and you hear somebody with your same accent and you're like, oh, you know, hey. And it feels like home. So your energy signature feels like home to other divine beings. And so you connect as mature, unique, stellar beings who are divine and who are on a path of divinity. Okay? This is an interesting reading. It's different, but I'm feeling it. Let me go to this home deck, see what's coming through here, what messages. Thank you, Don. What do we need to know? What does this beautiful being need to know? Stairs, focus and presence. Yeah, see, your focus on your divine calling is what's most important at this time. It says one step at a time. Distraction is the enemy of ascent. See, yeah, distraction. And you know, distraction, this is card 15 in this crow deck, and that's also the number of the devil card in the tarot. So there's definitely somebody trying to distract you. Let's take a look and see how. Divine, will anything come through this deck regarding this distraction? Oh, came out in reverse. Toaster, sudden rise, spring. Something fun is about to pop. Let this joy light up your day. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that, oh, and look, there's 2 pieces of bread in that toaster oven. So I feel like there is someone who is going to resurface in your world, but this is in a very positive way. This person has been growing. This person has been nurturing themselves, preparing themselves for something great. They haven't been doing it explicitly for you, okay? Because that would be for the wrong reason anyway. We're always supposed to grow for ourselves. But it's like now that they look at themselves in the mirror and they see that, wow, I've changed, I've transformed. They recognize their transformation, and now they're like, now that they're in a healed state and they're mature, now they're thinking like that song, The Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me. They're thinking about their whole life, and they realize that you were the best thing that ever happened to them. And so now that they have achieved their best, they want to connect with the best. And for some of you, this person has on a soul level been preparing for you, but this person didn't make like reconnecting with you their #1 goal, because that would be anytime someone is preparing specifically for a relationship, it kind of can come across superficial. We should do that work for ourselves. So I'm getting that they were motivated by the right reason, okay, to grow for themselves. But they're going to pop up. But there's something else that's going to pop up as well, okay? And I feel like there's multiple energies that will come in simultaneously. So that other energy that's coming in, that's not what you want. That's not what you want. Positioning, journey, clarity, cross-cultural boundaries, and a new perspective will transform your thinking. You know what I'm getting here? There's somebody who is very toxic, who's trying to come back to you, who potentially never really left, because it feels like one of these, well, I almost said injuries. This is a person who tried to injure you, but this is an energy who has been trying to mimic you but has no respect for you. But there's somebody here who has a cultural fascination with either your race or your ethnicity, your culture. For some of you, you have an accent. This person has an obsession with the way that you speak. For some of you, they have an obsession with your skin tone. They have a fetish. Okay? And I'm getting that they are also racist. I was watching, because it kind of sounds like, well, how could they have a fetish? That's like when you want something, you like it, but then they're also racist. That happens a lot. I mean, think about during the times of slavery, when a lot of the enslavers would go to bed with or worse, force themselves on the enslaved woman, but they had no respect for them. So they enjoyed the sexual pleasure, but there was no respect for their mind, for their body, okay? In some cases there was, you know. In some cases there was love there. And it was just that slavery was culturally the norm, but they could have treated that particular enslaved person or all of their enslaved folks with a much higher level of respect than what was the norm during that time. You see what I'm saying? So there in some cases was actual love or affection, but in many cases it was just a fetish. And so the movie that I was watching, it was the one with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I think Johnny Depp is in there. I'll have to put the name of it down below. But it was all about that, where it's just a fetish, okay? They like the pleasure that they get from that fetish, but there is absolutely no respect whatsoever. So I get that about this person. But there's somebody in this energy that wants to make their way back to you. So Divine is saying that discernment. Okay, I opened this not intentionally, so Divine is saying to go here. Yeah, a mystery. Somebody's trying to come to you in like mysterious energy. All right, so this is that toxic person from the past. 3333. They're also having plans with other people, or I feel like that's this other person because I saw them in a pair. And so yeah, that's the two of them planning, and then they want to come to you. That makes 3. But at least one of them wants to present themselves to you, but they're planning together. Okay, whoever this twosome is, they want to come to you and make a threesome. Okay, so they want to come in mysterious energy. They want to come in like they're very confident. But this person is on the verge of, I'm hearing they're on the edge. They're about to fall. Because they have suffered so much from the negative energy they were trying to send you. What they want from you is your courage. They want your shine. This is Leo energy. They want your success. They want your positive energy to rub off on them. It's like they need a refill of energy. Yeah, it's all about their intentions. And look, that's a jellyfish. They're ever changing. They don't have any set intentions other than to siphon from you. And, you know, jellyfish are under the water. They want to keep you, they want to hide things, and they want to take you under. They see you with your head above water. They see you rising. They see you soaring, and they want to take you underwater. They're hoping that you'll show kindness, but I'm not getting that for this particular person that's what's needed. I just heard boundaries. Yeah. This person is hoping that you will be kind to them, but like, you don't have to be evil. I don't feel like that's in you anyway, but you don't have to hear them. You don't have to listen to them. Yeah, all you have to do is maintain your vision. But that's what they want a piece of. This is Aphrodite. They see your beauty. They see your vision. They see how you stand tall. That came through with the other deck. Your confidence and your courage. They love that. But they want that to rub off on them, because at one time they were siphoning all of this energy from you. And now without it, also they see your opportunities for love. I'm telling you, this, whoever this is that wants to ease their way back into your energy. Now I'm hearing from the, what is that? The Wiz. Ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Just ease on down the road. Yeah, that's a message from Spirit. Don't carry anything that might be a load. Because look, with these two cards coming out together, visions of love. Whether it's love for your gifts and your creative ideas, or love relationship, a love relationship that you're going to nurture. Divine says that's where your focus should be. It's Delilah. Okay. If she keeps at it, I'll go get her. I think she wants to go in another room though. That's like that person who's gonna be begging to get into your energy. And what I'm seeing is that they're going to present themselves like very confident and very almost cocky, but with a spiritual flair, right? But they really are hanging on for dear life. And so they really want in. But they already have gotten word on your love life. They've gotten readings on you. And so they know the abundance that you are manifesting, not only in your creative endeavors and your successful ventures, but also in love. I'm telling you, that's one reason why this person, this toxic person, is trying to ease their way back into your life, is because they know that you have so much prosperity coming to you, and they know that you are going to have at least one love offer, potentially several, and they want to thwart that for you. They want to sidetrack you from that. They want to step in the way, get in the way of that. Yeah. Okay. So I see where the two are intersecting, because I was like, okay, you've got love offers coming in, and then you've got these bugaboos, at least one who's trying to come into your actual space, but there's like 1 to 2 bugaboos who are hanging around, getting readings on you, trying to be like you. I keep hearing, like Mike, I wanna be like Mike. And then it came through, that was an old commercial for Michael Jordan. And you know, he had Jordans, of course, and I keep hearing they want to wear your shoes. They want to be in your shoe. This person, I'm getting at least that they try to shop for clothes that look like what you have in your wardrobe. But they do something weird. Like they go through some sort of weird ritual where they'll like get in the mirror and try to talk like you and they'll dress like you. For some of you, this is a person of a different gender as well, so I guess that makes it even more interesting. But yeah, either way, whether this person is the same gender as you or not, this person is definitely mentally ill. They do a lot of strange things in private that is really very sad. I'm getting the vibe of like, you know how as a child you play dress up and you play pretend? This person goes into a very childlike state when they're doing some sort of ritual to try to be like you or try to harness your energy. It's very strange. That's why I keep hearing, because it was a child that sang that song, like Mike, I want to be like Mike. But it's kind of like that vibe, like, I want to be like you when I grow up. But it's also like single white female fatal attraction type vibes. This person is not okay. 4141 on the timer. And then you've got another person in the background. So I know about this person who wants to come in and interrupt. They want to stop your love offers. Or what I'm getting is that they want the love offers to come in. And they want to start seeing you like enjoy the energy and then intersect it. They want to like become a third party or something like that. That's their goal. Just because they're such a sadist. So on top of all that other strange stuff that they do, they're a sadist as well. Anything else about this particular energy that we need to know about, Divine? The sadistic, strange. See, third wheel. They want to be the third wheel. That's what they love to do. And see, I wouldn't believe this if I hadn't seen it in real life. There are some people who just love to be a damn third wheel. It's like they get off on it. They love it. Because they feel like, first of all, it's scary for these people to be in a committed relationship because they feel so insecure. At every moment, they're bugging the person. That's why I came through this. They're bugaboos. They're bugging the person. Are you cheating on me? Are you this? Are you that? Oh, but let them become a third wheel. They will cheat and do all the stuff that if they're in a committed relationship, they are deathly afraid of. They love being a third wheel because they're sadistic. They want to hurt people. Divine, what do we need to know about this other person? Because I'm getting another energy from this. What card did that come from? Well, it's apparent here in the battle card. There's a couple of energies there, but then also it was this mimicry card. Remember, it's like a person who's like really talking and, you know, doing all the most. They're doing the most. And then there's this other person who's kind of sitting back, following their lead. What do we need to know about this other energy? Any words of guidance or... So we've got real estate and endorsement, like bribery. So this person might be going through a situation where they're concerned about their living space. They might be having to move. And so, okay, that's what's going on. This person is not going, they're not in a secure environment at this time. So something is on the rocks. It's like it's up in the air. It's up in the air. On the rocks. They might be drinking a lot. Okay, this person might be in a very miserable state of mind because there's a lot going on that's up in the air. Okay, they might be drinking a lot, and so they are getting in line with this crazy person who's obsessed with your love life and trying to create distractions for you because they're miserable and they're not sure where they're going to be living next week, next month. A lot about their life is up in the air, so they're desperate for a friend. And that's why they're sitting here watching this person mimic you. And so they're like, okay, well, I'll do that too. That looks good because I don't know what else to do right now. They're a lost soul. Okay? And so they're following, it's like blind leading the blind. They're watching you triumph. And that's one reason why they're doing this. And you know what? It came out upright. And then the way I was picking it up, it flipped. So that's what they're trying to do to you. You see, these people have lost everything. That's why they're trying to come in and make you lose your success, your love union, whatever blessings in prosperity and love that you are attracting. They want to turn that upside down, but they cannot. And the only reason why they want to do that so badly is because they are in a state of panic right now with where their lives are. This is what they sit around and think about. Oh, you know what? This is that person who I told you. They're like a child that sits there and plays, pretending to be you. Okay? Trying to walk in your shoes. That's exactly what that is right there. But also these two people, and for some of you it's only one person, but I want to mention for those of you that it's two, because you want to know about both energies and what to expect, and you know, whatever guidance is coming through from spirit. These people sit around thinking about ways to make life difficult for you, ways to distract you and try to keep you from triumphing, but they cannot do that. Okay? And every single thought that they direct towards trying to lead to a downfall for you, that's just 10 more ways in which they will fail. 4747 on the timer. Ashe. Yeah. They're sowing seeds of illness, and so that's what they're reaping. For at least one of these people, their health is dire. It's really in a bad state. Okay? Yeah, they're stressed out. They're completely stressed out. And one reason is because they keep indulging. They're drinking way too much alcohol. I'm hearing liquor, but not the good kind. Oh, so like bottom shelf type shit. Cheap liquor. I heard malt liquor. I don't know nothing about that, but I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good to drink on a regular basis, but I feel like they've resorted to bottom shelf because of finances, financial restraints. And so in that situation, they're trying to figure out how to come against you. That's not going to end well for them at all. Okay, let's close with the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Thank you, Spirit. Right out the bat, at the bottom, we've got Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy. So I feel like that's what's happening. They're going to sleep on their dreams, their possibilities, their potential for repair. What does this beautiful being need to know, Spirit? Horned Cactus, Resourcefulness. That's card 29. 2 and 9 is 11. You have doors that are opening for your success, your abundance, love, whatever it is that you desire that is divinely aligned, the doors are open for it. Blooming through resilience, resourcefulness, and discovery. When nothing seems to be happening fast enough or your ideas have dried up, you begin to question your relevance. During these periods in life, you might feel like giving up, frustrated and resentful that success will never happen for you. The issue here, however, is a matter of perception. The horned cactus thrives in the barren desert scape, offering you the gift of water when all appears to be dry. If you look at its body, you see the natural thorns that protect it from predators and the elements. What you don't see are the deep roots that extend far into the earth, filling it with a continuous flow of water. This succulent is a symbol of resilience, of resourcefulness, of your needs being met in spite of appearance to the contrary. It's a reminder of the courage and inherent wisdom needed to dig deep below the less than friendly surface that hides a rich underground world. Can you connect to this magical truth and trust? The desert is a mystical place filled with mysterious creatures beautifully adapted to their environments. The horned cactus tells you to take heart. This journey is only temporary, and you will soon be met with greener pastures. But first, you must acknowledge your inner strength and fortitude as you're tested here. Be as the cactus, resilient and resourceful. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. And I've already seen in this reading that you have many blessings with that Triumph card and also the Love card. You're manifesting not only abundance in your relationships, but also abundance in your creative endeavors and your prosperity. So, yeah, focus on that and focus on the dreams that you have, because that really is the source of your passion that will keep you going on this path. Yeah, you have a lot of big things that you're meant to do. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on them. Ashe. All right, beautiful being. I hope that this message gave you encouragement and some insight, some clarity, and good vibes, of course. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. Thank you. And I love you. I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.